What's up peeps, this is Todd and welcome back to my show. Well, I didn't actually have a video planned for today, and if you can't tell, I literally just woke up. And I rolled out of bed and I set up my phone because I was just compelled to make this video. There is, in my opinion, a toxic level of hustle culture, and I think it's having a really negative impact on most people who are on social media, and particularly young people who feel a little bit lost in life, and I wanted to make a video addressing that. I think there's this sort of new age idea, or maybe it's not new age, I don't know, but if you're not financially successful, and I guess the definition of financially successful has changed to millions and millions of dollars or whatever, but if you're not financially successful, it means, well, oh, you're just not working hard. You must not work hard, you must be lazy, and if only you worked harder, you would be a millionaire. My friends, I'm here to tell you that's not necessarily true. And if you are new to my channel, if you're just finding this video and you think, oh, this guy's just a hater, he's just jealous, let me just put it out there. I became a multimillionaire in my 20s. I'm not hating on anyone. I'm not envious of anyone's success. I just tell it how it is. And the truth about working hard is that hard work is important, but it is actually a small component of many different things that goes into what can make a person wealthy. I just got a lead on a deal that I'm probably going to take, and if I do this in about 1 week of work, about 40 hours of work of my time, I'll make roughly $100,000. So how is it possible that I can make 100 grand in exchange for 1 week of work? Is it because I wake up at 5 a.m. and take cold showers every day? Well, no. Is it because I'm going to work 100 times harder than someone who makes $1,000 a week? No, not at all. And I'm not going to claim it's something hokey pokey like practicing law of attraction or affirmations, which that may or may not help a little bit, but that's not what's going on here. What's happening is that yes, I work hard, but I work hard only in lucrative industries that reward you handsomely, monetarily speaking. In other words, this lead that sort of came to me out of nowhere, I would be helping someone sell a piece of real estate. They do not want to list it on the MLS. It is a huge multi-million-dollar transaction, and the fee that they would pay me for putting the deal together and finding a qualified buyer and basically just like doing the deal essentially would be about $100,000. And I would make 100 grand in exchange for 40 hours of work. If someone asked me, well, how can I make $100,000 in a week? If my answer was, oh, you don't make 100 grand a week, just work harder, that would be a disingenuous answer. Because the gardener works really hard, and the truck driver works really hard, and the plumber, and the teacher, and the stay-at-home mom all work incredibly hard, and none of them are going to make $100,000 in 1 week doing those things. There was a poll on Twitter recently, and it was sort of a thought experiment. I think it was done in an attempt to be woke and talk about inequality and representation, but I took it a different way, and here's basically what the poll was. It asked a bunch of people, when was the first time you had a black male teacher? I think the point of this tweet or this poll was to basically say that there aren't many black male teachers. There aren't many black males working at public schools and, teaching children. I think that's what the post was trying to gauge. And they're saying that that's bad because of lack of representation. Like if you're a black boy and you're sitting in a classroom and you don't have a black male teacher, that's bad because you don't have representation of seeing that role model, or so to speak, or something like that. For me, I was reading that question. When was the first time you had a black male teacher? And I thought to myself, well, I'm a black male and I'm not a teacher. And why is that? And the truth is, well, because I wanted to get rich. And being a teacher is incredibly hard work. You work a lot, you put in a lot of hours, it's stressful, it's a really hard job, and yet it's not going to make you rich. And I wanted to get wealthy, so I didn't go into teaching. Now, I can say with confidence that there are plenty of teachers out there who work way harder than I do. They might even work more hours than I do, but they're not working in a lucrative setting the way that I am. So again, if a teacher who makes $40,000 a year is looking at someone like me and they're like, oh my gosh, I made 100 grand in a week. How can I do that? If my answer again was, oh, well, work harder, the teacher probably works harder than I do, and they're not going to make the same amount of money. So again, working hard is important, but it's just one of a few things in a big recipe that makes a successful, monetarily successful outcome. I mean, what really makes someone a lot of money is investing, owning businesses that are in lucrative fields. I mean, again, what if the business that I owned, instead of buying and selling and renting out real estate, what if the business that I owned I was a professional window washer? And again, I would work incredibly hard doing what I'm doing, and it's a dangerous job, but I doubt I would ever be able to make 6 figures in 1 week. I doubt that I would have become a multimillionaire in my 20s if the business that I chose to start was professional window cleaning. And there's nothing wrong with that. Do what makes you happy. And yes, there certainly are people out there who don't want to work hard, who don't want to put in any work, and they just sit around and they complain about how life is unfair. Those people do exist. But there are also people that are working incredibly hard that will never see the financial success that others are seeing simply because of the fields that they're in and the business that they're doing. Because you don't actually get paid based on how hard you work. You get paid based on the value you bring to the marketplace. And the market is willing to pay big money for high-end real estate. So if I am involved in high-end real estate, just as a natural consequence of that, I can also make big money. Well, that's pretty much it for this video, and I'll see you at the next one. Peace.